The first public hearing by the January 6th committee is now complete. 18 months after our democracy was put to the test, the committee brought forward new information about what happened that fateful day and showed the American people images and video that had not been seen until now. Committee Chair Democrat Bennie Thompson and co-chair Republican Liz Cheney highlighted how their goal is to show that what happened wasn't just a riot. It wasn't just protests that went bad. It was directly caused by former President Trump's actions in the days following the 2020 election, end quote. They centered on Trump's December 19th tweet calling his supporters to come to Washington on January 6th as a call to arms. Cheney revealed a stunning revelation the committee has learned that at the time on January 6th, President Trump suggested in real time in the Oval Office that his vice president, Mike Pence, deserved to be hanged, essentially. We also heard explosive parts of depositions from Trump's former AG, Bill Barr, his daughter Ivanka Trump, and his son-in-law, Jared Kushner. Barr directly called Trump's claims of fraud BS. Multiple members of Congress in the room teared up as a video depicting step-by-step what happened that day played out. Alex Brochet was tracking every moment of the hearing and leads us off tonight from Washington.
The Select Committee to investigate the January 6th attack on the United States Capitol will be in order.
And with that gavel, the January 6th primetime hearings began. Democrat Bennie Thompson starting the night off.
Donald Trump was at the center of this conspiracy. And ultimately, Donald Trump, the President of the United States, spurred a mob of domestic enemies of the Constitution to march down the Capitol and subvert American democracy.
Republican Liz Cheney laying the groundwork.
Those who invaded our Capitol and battled law enforcement for hours were motivated by what President Trump had told them, that the election was stolen and that he was the rightful president. President Trump summoned the mob, assembled the mob, and lit the flame of this attack.
And soon after, the words from the former president's own attorney general dismissing any claims that the 2020 election was stolen.
I made it clear I did not agree with the idea of saying the election was stolen and putting out this stuff, which I told the president was and I didn't want to be a part of it, and that's one of the reasons that went into me deciding to leave when I did. I observed, I think it was on December 1st, that, how can you can't live in a world where the incumbent administration stays in power based on its view, unsupported by specific evidence, that there was fraud in the election.
A message the committee says the former president heard repeatedly.
Repeatedly told the president in no uncertain terms that I did not see evidence of fraud. That would have affected the outcome of the election. And frankly, a year and a half later, I haven't seen anything to change my mind on that.
But President Trump persisted, repeating the false Dominion allegations in public at least a dozen more times, even after his attorney general told him they were, quote, complete nonsense.
And for the first time, hearing testimony from the president's own daughter and senior advisor, Ivanka Trump.
How did that affect your perspective about the election when Attorney General Barr made that statement?
It affected my perspective. I respect Attorney General Barr. So I accepted what he was saying.
Steve Bannon saying this the day before the attack on his podcast.
All hell is going to break loose tomorrow. Just understand this. All hell is going to break loose tomorrow.
The committee playing this video showing the timeline leading up to that assault on the Capitol.
Madam Speaker, the Vice President and the United States Senate.
We're going to give riot warnings. We're going to give riot warnings. We're going to try and get compliance, but this is now effectively a riot.
Never before seen video played out from that day.
And whatever it takes, I'll lay my life down if it takes. Absolutely. That's why we showed up today.
And these words from Capitol Police Officer Caroline Edwards, the first officer injured that day.
I was called a lot of things on January 6, 2021 and the days thereafter. I was called Nancy Pelosi's dog, called incompetent, called a hero, and a villain. I was called a traitor to my country, my oath, and my Constitution. In actuality, I was none of those things. I was an American, standing face to face with other Americans, asking myself how many times, many times, how we had gotten here.
Edwards adding,
they dared to question my honor. They dared to question my loyalty. And they dared to question my duty. I'm a proud American, and I will gladly sacrifice everything to make sure that the America my grandfather defended is here for many years to come.
The committee promising over the next few weeks to show a correlation between the president, those closest to him, and the people committing those acts of violence that day. And Vice Chair Republican Liz Cheney, who has faced ridicule from her own party over continuing to call out the former president for his actions, with this message to her colleagues.
Tonight, I say this to my Republican colleagues who are defending the indefensible. There will come a day when Donald Trump is gone, but your dishonor will remain.
Thanks to Alex Brachet.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.